To get full credit for discussion questions in this class, you're going to be rated on 25 possible points. And the rubric is based on your content and your response. So for content, we look at content breadth, which has to do with whether you completely answer the questions as presented. And so an example of that would be that if you address everything that the question or the assignment said, then you'll get 5 points. If you address some of the parts of the question, then you would get 3. And if what you post is either very shallow or is not on point, then you would get 1 point. For content depth, it has to do with how much detail you give. So on the parts that you did answer, did you give explanations, examples, and definitions? Then that's 5 points. If you instead were just direct and concrete, replied directly to the prompt but didn't give a whole lot of detail, then that's a 3. And if the detail that you gave is not sufficient for me to know that you understood what you were talking about, then that would be a 1. Clarity has to do with the maturity of your writing, whether it sounds like graduate level work. And so if your ideas are expressed clearly and systematically, that's 5 points. If you express your ideas with expression, interest, and you're organized, but you're not systematic, then, in other words, you kind of jump around a little bit, then that would be a 3. And you get a 1 point if what you present is chaotic or inconsistent, where it sounds like you're just talking off the top of your head. Response breadth has to do with your response to what other people wrote. So for you to get a 5 on this, you have to respond to more than 2 classmates and more than one part of the topic. If you respond to just just 2 classmates and just 2 topics, then that gives you 3 points. If you respond to fewer than 2 people on fewer than 2 topics, then that's 1 point. In addition to responding to classmates and 2 topics, you also have to respond in depth. And so 5 points would mean that you ask questions of your classmates, that you respond to their questions, and that there's detail in what you ask, there's detail in how you respond. For you to get a 3, you would have to ask direct questions and give concrete answers. And to get a 1 is you're passive. You only interact in response to others, and then it's not in much detail. We can't really hear your voice. We don't know what you're thinking. We don't know what you're thinking about what other people are saying or what you're thinking about their response to you. I hope this helps.